So, I just hit Master Ball with my Floette Balance Rain team, and I figured we'd go over the team, do a little team report, and then I can explain. You can also copy it. This is the team right here. So we start off with the star of the show. We have Eternal Flower Floette. So if you haven't seen my Is Pokemon Champions Broken video, you can check that out after the video, but essentially Floette is broken. Floette is truly insane. Floette does one Calm Mind and then one-shots the entire format. This is a Calyrex Shadow. This is a Miraidon on steroids. This is, honestly, if you look at its base stats, I forgot how much it was, but you look at it, it is a restricted. If you play Floette, you are playing with a Groudon or a Kyogre, while everyone else is playing with Squirtle. So this is what the team is about. Floette is broken. Now, there's multiple ways to play Floette. You could also play it with just the Light of the Ruins of the Sky, whatever the hell its name is. That's just a nuke button. It might be better. I don't know. I haven't tested it yet. I've just gotten to Master Ball with this. So what we do is we set Calm Mind. We Calm Mind, and then we blow everything up with Moonblast. And if you think, okay, either this stuff is too bulky or my opponents are already a little low, then you can also Dazzling Gleam and do spread damage. Very simple. I didn't do anything smart EV-wise. I literally had a viewer/friend basically send me this with max HP, max special attack, and I was like, bet, I'll run it like that. You can probably improve this, you know. I noticed sometimes during the run that this wasn't fast enough because others were always outspeeding me. That's maybe an option. It's just bulky and it hits like a truck. Then we have Incineroar. This Incin is nothing special. It's just a fake out, parting shot, flare blitz, throw chop. You could also play Darkest Lariat, but I was like, oh, sometimes people are playing, you know, sound moves, so you might as well have throw chop and you miss like 5 base power. This has to be here because it's the best mon of all time. Here's my boy. My baby boy. If you look up my like tournament stats, he's on almost every team as well. But the real reason, of course, that it has fake out. You can lead Incin plus the Floette and then fake out Calm Mind, parting shots while protecting, and then get into Sinistcha. This is Skibidi Riz. It has a few interesting moves. As you will see, it has Machagocha, which is just a chance to burn stuff, but also a spread move. Grass coverage is also good because we have like this fire, water, grass score, which is really good defensively. Oh yeah, item-wise, Incin has Citrus Berry. It's just the thing that comes up the most, and this one has Bright Powder. Now, hear me out here. This game does not have enough items. All the way until Ultra Ball rank 3, this thing had Mental Herb, and it didn't proc once. Literally not once, because no one's running Taunt. And so, if it never procced once, I was like, well, I might as well have this 10% bullshit. I've won one game because of it, and for now it's Bright Powder. It might have to change. A Rage Powder, of course, is the most important move. It redirects moves away from Floette. And then we have Strength Sap, which makes certain physical attackers less of a big deal, because of course Floette is very bulky, especially after Calm Minds, especially, but physical can still be spooky, so just being able to Strength Sap stuff is really good. And then the final move, that one actually changed later on. So for the longest time, that was Trick Room, and I noticed anytime I click Trick Room, I lost the game anyway, because this team isn't that slow. You know, Floette is a speed, like it's like not the fastest, but it's definitely not a slow mon either. Is it like Garchomp speed here? Something like that, whatever. So Trick Room, anytime it went up, it didn't do anything, especially because Basque is often in the back. That thing is super fast. And Live Dew actually sometimes came up. You know, sometimes you have a situation where you have a Sinnis and a Floette, and your opponent doesn't really have a way to hit a Sinnis. So being able to just go protect Live Dew and heal up your Floette, really, really good. So yeah, if I wasn't winning with Trick Room anyway, and Live Dew did come up and won a few games, then that's great. But this was also a pretty late change. Rounding out like the balance score, let's say, is the first 4. We have Choice Scarf, Adaptability, Basculegion. So this thing is incredibly fast and incredibly hard hitting. You know, Wave Crash just nuke stuff. Flip Turn is pivoting. You know, you might lead something like Floette plus Basculegion. Flip Turn into Incineroar or Flip Turn into Sinistcha, depending on what you need. You can Wave Crash delete stuff. In end games, you know, if someone finally got rid of your Floette, but you still have that one Basculegion with Last Respects, you could just clean up. If Floette had been Dazzling Gleaming the team, they can also be like very low HP, and then Aqua Jet could even clean up. It's like cleanup, it's a nuke, it's a pivot, it's kind of everything. These 3 are really like the balance score in my opinion. The only thing that you could maybe change about like these 4 is that this fish could be Palafin. because you could do like, flip turn, and then you have the big form afterwards, and the big form might be cool in like other end games where Aqua Jet doesn't really clean up fully, the Jet Punch might, and also not being choice locked could also be cool. So that's an option. But I do enjoy the fact that this thing is so much faster than everything. It also allows you to do stuff like, if your opponent is playing Charizard Y, after their transformation, still be faster, and then flip turn into Pelipper and put up the Rain. So speaking of Rain, we then have our final thing, the Rain Core. The reason I put them in this order is because it shows you how, like, you can play the first 4, you're just playing, natural, a balanced team. But then with the last 3, you also have a fully fledged Rain team. And then, of course, like, the 4th slot can be any of these supports depending on what your opponent is playing. Arch. Now, this Arch spread is literally a Reg H spread. So, like, if you think like, oh, did you do anything smart with your Arch? No, I didn't. I just have my Arch from Reg H and I ran that. The format is not defined enough yet, I felt, where, like, I need to do a specific spread, we don't know if there's going to be specific mons running specific natures that you really have to calc for. So that's why I didn't calc for anything. That's why this Incin is an old spread from an old format. This Sinistcha is an old spread from an old format. The Basque as well. And the Floette is also just 252, 252 basically. You will even notice on the Basque, the extra defense right there is literally a Rillaboom calc. So, you might want to optimize these spreads as the format develops, as we know what to expect more. For now, it's just old spreads. So for the set, as you can see, we don't have Assault Vest. So I'm playing Leftovers instead because Arch can stick around quite a bit, especially with stamina. This is also cool how it's like synergy with Floette, in that Floette has a slightly weaker defense and really big special defense after all the Calm Mines. Meanwhile, the Arch is the opposite. So if your opponent has a very physical team, or you think they're going to run like very physical mons into you because of Floette, suddenly this bridge here becomes extra good. So because we don't have Assault Vest, we now have room for Protect, which is really cool. Being able to Protect with Arch feels very new. And we don't have Body Press anymore. We lost Body Press on Arch. So for the last move, I decided on Snarl, especially like opposing Gengars, for example, which you can't really hit that well with our little fairy friend. It's cool to be able to snarl them down. Also, a lot of people are playing Sinistcha because Sinistcha is basically like the best support next to Incin in the current format. So being able to snarl those down has been cool. Of course, there's a world where we put Flash Cannon on here, or even Aura Sphere. I do have to say, this variant of the team does struggle a little bit into King Gambit, because obviously a lot of them are starting to run Iron Head, specifically because of how strong Floette is. So being able to take that out with an Aura Sphere would actually be pretty relevant. If you notice Snarl isn't coming up, maybe you want to put Aura Sphere on the Snarl. But I do think the Protect is important. Being able to Protect is something I have missed quite a bit. And also this team doesn't have many others. You have Floette, Pelipper, and then this one. I like having 3 Protects on every team, kind of, ideally. Finally, we have Pelipper, which is super normal, just a Sash set. It's max HP, and honestly, that was no accident. I think the reason for it being max HP is because this used to be like a covert cloak set or something. Because I know I got it from my Scarlet and Violet. You can absolutely reduce the HP in putting special attack. I just didn't want to spend the VP, honestly. For the set, it's super standard. Like Tailwind, Weather Ball, Hurricane is almost every Pelipper in Reg H. I honestly didn't even know I had that HP. With the amount of damage I've been taking on this Pelipper, I would not think it's HP. But yeah, change that for sure. It's also timid, and I'm not sure it should be timid. I don't think there's many things living in its speed tier. But those are worries for later. Again, it's day 1. The game came out exactly 10 hours ago. We're already in Master Ball. Feeling good with this team. Floette is broken. I truly think it needs to be like patched in an emergency way. I'm already thinking about, because I'm attending Indianapolis, I'm already thinking about like a set with just the Light of the Ruins of whatever the hell the name is, and just blow shit up instantly, with like Tailwind, Helping Hand, Fake Tears, that kind of stuff. I'm not sure yet with what, obviously like Incin, Whimsicott, Floette. I'm already thinking about a core like that, but you don't have to set it up. This can just be a mon that randomly deletes everything in the game, and all you need to give it is your Mega. And like, Megas are important, sure, but I don't think any other Mega is truly as broken as this. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the team report. I'll put the team ID in the link in the description. Be sure to subscribe. I'm going to be pumping out as much content as I can. Ciao.